In today's fast-paced, digitally driven world, truly understanding ourselves can feel like a daunting task. The ancient Stoic maxim, "Know thyself," has never been more relevant, yet it's harder than ever to achieve in an age filled with distractions, superficial connections, and constant external influences. So, how do we navigate this complexity and uncover who we really are, our true potential, our strengths, and even our flaws? In this video, we explore 8 transformative Stoic techniques designed to help you gain deep self-awareness and unlock your fullest potential. These practices, rooted in timeless Stoic wisdom, offer powerful tools to not only understand your personality but to embrace your unique path in life. From observing yourself as though you were a stranger to taking full responsibility for your actions, each technique offers a step towards profound personal growth. Throughout this journey, you'll learn how to step outside of yourself to see your reactions and choices more objectively, how to accept all parts of who you are, both the good and the bad, and how to challenge yourself to grow, one small step at a time. You'll also discover the importance of surrounding yourself with positive influences and learning to say yes only to what truly matters. Join us as we dive deep into these Stoic practices, and start your own journey towards greater self-awareness, deeper understanding, and a life filled with purpose and growth. This is your opportunity to embrace the teachings of the Stoics and transform your life from the inside out. 1. Watch yourself like a stranger. Imagine you're sitting in a theater, watching a film unfold on the big screen. The protagonist? You. Not the idealized version of you, but the real, raw, unfiltered character you are every day. Now, instead of immersing yourself emotionally, step back. How would you critique this character? Are their decisions wise? Do their reactions align with their values? This Stoic exercise, one of self-observation with detachment, invites you to see yourself as a stranger would. This isn't about self-judgment but curiosity. We tend to get tangled in our own webs of bias and emotion, making it difficult to see ourselves clearly. The Stoics, however, believed in gaining clarity by removing this emotional fog. It's about stepping outside of yourself, shedding the weight of me, and simply observing. For example, the next time you feel anger bubbling up, imagine hitting pause. Freeze the scene. Look at the anger not as your anger, but as an external phenomenon. Why is it there? What triggered it? Is it justified, or is it a response to a fleeting, inconsequential event? Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher-emperor, practiced this regularly. He wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." When you practice this regularly, it's like upgrading your mental software. You stop being a passive reactor and start becoming an active observer, dissecting the roots of your emotions and actions. It's a superpower in disguise, clarity amid chaos. This technique is particularly potent in our digital age, where fleeting emotions are amplified by social media and constant notifications. It teaches you to pause, reflect, and respond rather than reacting on autopilot. Over time, this habit rewires how you see yourself, replacing knee-jerk reactions with thoughtful, purposeful actions. The result? A life that feels more in tune with who you truly are, a harmonious blend of thought, emotion, and action. So, take a step back. Watch. Observe. The stranger you're getting to know might just surprise you. 2. Accept yourself completely, the good, the bad, and the ugly. What do you see when you stand before a mirror? Is your gaze drawn first to your favorite features or to the flaws you wish to hide? Just as we critique our appearance, we often do the same with our inner selves, focusing on what's wrong, overlooking the beauty of our strengths. Yet, here's the paradox. True growth doesn't start with rejection, it begins with acceptance. Stoicism isn't about sugarcoating reality or pretending everything's fine. Instead, it's about seeing the whole picture, acknowledging every aspect of who you are, even the parts you wish weren't there. Why? Because denying your flaws only gives them more power. When you accept them, you begin to understand them. And with understanding comes transformation. Marcus Aurelius, one of Stoicism's greatest minds, wrote, "Accept the things to which fate binds you, and love the people with whom fate brings you together." This doesn't just apply to external circumstances or relationships. It applies to the relationship you have with yourself. To fully embrace your strengths and weaknesses is to acknowledge, without resistance, the raw material from which you'll build your best self. Here's an exercise to try. Take a sheet of paper. On one side, list your strengths, your talents, virtues, and qualities that light you up. On the other, write your flaws, the traits you hide, the habits that hold you back. Look at the list as if it belongs to someone you deeply care about. Would you judge them harshly, or would you see the potential for growth in the very flaws they fear? Imagine your flaws as rough, uncut stones in the hands of a sculptor. They aren't meant to stay as they are forever. They're meant to be refined, shaped, and transformed. But that process can't even begin without honesty. Self-acceptance is the foundation. It's not a resignation to being stuck, but an acknowledgement that every part of you has a role in the masterpiece of your life. What happens when you accept yourself completely? You stop wasting energy pretending or suppressing, and instead, you channel it into becoming. The ugly parts no longer terrify you because you see them for what they are, opportunities to grow. The good parts shine brighter because they're no longer overshadowed by self-criticism. Self-acceptance, in its truest form, is freedom. It's the liberation from the exhausting chase to be someone else, and the beginning of the exhilarating journey to become the best version of who you already are. Are you ready to embrace the entirety of you? 3. Challenge yourself, but start small, the Stoic path to greatness. What if I told you that greatness doesn't begin with giant leaps but with humble, deliberate steps? It's tempting to think of transformation as a grand, all-or-nothing affair, like scaling a mountain in one exhilarating sprint. But here's the truth: the most extraordinary journeys begin with the tiniest, most unassuming movements forward. Epictetus, the Stoic sage, once said, "No great thing is created suddenly." This isn't just ancient wisdom, it's a roadmap for how to challenge yourself in a way that lasts. Stoicism teaches us that growth comes not from dramatic efforts that burn out too quickly but from steady, small challenges that build momentum over time. Imagine your potential as a dormant seed. You don't flood it with water and expect it to grow instantly. Instead, you nurture it drop by drop, day by day, until it begins to sprout. The same applies to self-improvement. It's about consistency, not spectacle. The power of small wins. Think of a habit you've been meaning to change or a skill you've always wanted to develop. Now ask yourself, what's the smallest possible step I can take today to move closer to that goal? Want to get stronger? Start with one push-up. Want to read more? Commit to just one page tonight. Struggling with patience? Hold back your immediate reaction once today. These tiny actions may seem insignificant, but they're like drops of water carving through stone. They accumulate, reshaping you in ways you never imagined. And here's the magic: every small victory fuels the next. That one push-up becomes 10. That single page becomes a chapter. The effort compounds, and before you know it, you've built a fortress of resilience and ability. Why small challenges are powerful. Big challenges often feel overwhelming, leading to procrastination or burnout. But small challenges? They're achievable. They bypass the brain's resistance to change and create an upward spiral of confidence and capability. Over time, these minor victories accumulate into a profound transformation. The Stoic approach in action. Here's a practical way to start. Tonight, write down one thing you want to improve. Then break it down into the smallest, simplest action you can take tomorrow. Not next week, not next year, tomorrow. After that, celebrate your success, no matter how small it seems. This is the Stoic art of self-mastery, finding joy in progress, not perfection. Remember, the journey to greatness isn't about conquering mountains in a single stride. It's about taking one step, then another, until the summit becomes your reality. Embrace the small challenges. They are the seeds of transformation, waiting to grow into something extraordinary. Are you ready to take that first step? 4. Compare yourself to who you were yesterday, the Stoic mirror of growth. Imagine waking up every morning and gazing into a mirror that doesn't show your reflection as you are, but as you were yesterday. Not to judge you, not to critique you, but to remind you that every single day is a chance to grow, to improve, and to evolve. This is the Stoic way of self-comparison. It's not about looking at others, but about measuring your progress against the only person who truly matters, your past self. We live in a world of endless comparison. Social media feeds us highlight reels of others' successes, travels, and milestones, leaving us feeling inadequate or behind. But what if the only comparison you ever made was inward? What if the race you're running isn't against others but toward a better version of yourself? The power of inward reflection. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Strength isn't found in envying others or mimicking their paths. It's found in recognizing your own growth, step by step, moment by moment. Instead of scrolling through someone else's life, pause and reflect. Who was I yesterday? What did I do better today? Did you practice patience in a moment that would have frustrated you before? Did you take a small step toward a goal you've been avoiding? These small victories aren't trivial, they're the foundation of real progress. Why comparing to yourself is liberating. When you measure your growth against others, you're chasing shadows. Their journey is shaped by factors you can't control, their upbringing, opportunities, or unique challenges. But when you focus on your own evolution, you take back control. You're no longer held hostage by unrealistic comparisons or unattainable ideals. Instead, you become the sculptor of your own life, chiseling away at the excess to reveal the masterpiece within. A practical Stoic practice. Here's how to start. Reflect each evening. Spend 5 minutes reviewing your day. Ask yourself, what did I do today that I'm proud of? How was I better than yesterday? Document your growth. Keep a journal or note on your phone. Record small wins, lessons learned, and moments of strength. Over time, this becomes a tangible reminder of how far you've come. Celebrate small progress, whether it's eating one healthier meal, finishing a task, or simply being kinder to yourself. Honor the effort. Growth is cumulative. Each small improvement adds up. The Stoic gift of self-progress. When you stop measuring yourself against others, something remarkable happens. You feel free. Free to set your own pace. Free to embrace your unique journey. Free to focus on becoming the person you were meant to be, one day at a time. So, take a moment. Look into that metaphorical mirror. Who were you yesterday, and how are you better today? Keep asking that question daily, and you'll find that growth isn't a destination, it's a lifelong adventure. 5. Take responsibility for yourself. The power of owning your path. Picture your life as a ship navigating an open sea. The winds of chance blow, the tides of circumstance rise, and storms occasionally rage. But the one thing you control? The helm. The moment you grasp that wheel with steady hands, you shift from being a passenger to the captain of your life. A profound transformation rooted in taking responsibility for yourself. In a world where it's easy to blame circumstances, people, or even luck for our situations, Stoicism offers a liberating truth. While you can't control the external forces around you, you always have control over your response. Epictetus captured this brilliantly. We cannot choose our external circumstances, but we can always choose how we respond to them. The liberating force of responsibility. Taking responsibility isn't about burdening yourself with guilt or fault-finding. It's about empowerment. When you say, "This is my life, and I own it," you reclaim your agency. Challenges stop being roadblocks and transform into opportunities for growth. Failures aren't defeats, they're lessons, paving the way for a stronger, wiser you. It's tempting to point outward. "My boss is unfair," or "I don't have enough time." But the Stoic path urges you to ask inwardly instead. What can I do differently? How can I adapt? What actions are within my power? This mindset shift turns helplessness into action and frustration into clarity. The courage to look within. Accepting responsibility requires bravery. It means facing hard truths about our habits, choices, and attitudes. It means acknowledging where we've fallen short without self-condemnation. But here lies the magic. When you take ownership of your life, you realize you're not trapped by past mistakes or external forces. You hold the keys to your own progress. A practical Stoic exercise. Start small with these steps. Identify areas of blame. Reflect on situations where you've been shifting blame, whether it's a delayed goal, a strained relationship, or missed opportunities. Ask the right questions, instead of asking, "Why me?" Ask, "What can I do to improve this?" Commit to action. Choose one step within your power to address the issue. Even small actions, like scheduling your time better or having an honest conversation, create momentum. The ripple effect of responsibility. Taking responsibility doesn't just transform your life, it inspires others. When people see you own your decisions and adapt with resilience, they're encouraged to do the same. You become a lighthouse, not just for yourself but for everyone navigating their own turbulent seas. The Stoic's helm. When you take responsibility, you're not denying life's randomness or challenges, you're anchoring yourself amidst them. You're steering your ship toward the horizon you choose, no matter the winds. So ask yourself today, where can I grip the helm tighter? Where can I stop waiting for the tides to change and start charting my own course? In taking responsibility, you unlock not only the potential to improve your life but also the strength to weather any storm. 6. Choose your influences wisely, the silent architects of your mind. Imagine you are a sculptor, carefully chiseling a statue out of marble. Each strike of the chisel, each smooth stroke, adds to the shape of what you will become. Now, imagine the tools you're using, your influences. Are they sharp and precise, helping you carve out your best self, or are they blunt, leaving your work crude and unfinished? The Stoics understood this metaphor deeply. They recognized that the people, media, and environments we allow into our lives act as invisible architects, shaping the contours of our thoughts, values, and actions. Seneca, with timeless wisdom, reminds us, "Associate with people who are likely to improve you." In essence, who and what you let in determines who you become. The power of influence. Every day, your mind absorbs ideas, attitudes, and habits from what surrounds you. Friends who uplift you, books that provoke thought, and conversations that challenge your perspective act like a clear, nourishing stream. But toxic relationships, endless doom scrolling, or environments filled with negativity? They pollute your mental reservoir, muddying your clarity and sapping your energy. Your influences aren't just passive, they are sculpting your reality. If you surround yourself with cynics, you might become a cynic. If you fill your mind with distractions, you might drift aimlessly. But the reverse is just as true. Align yourself with inspiration, and you'll start to radiate it. Crafting your influence. The first step in choosing wisely is to evaluate who or what dominates your mental landscape. Are the people in your life pushing you to grow, or are they dragging you down? Does your media consumption inspire action or breed apathy? This isn't about cutting people off harshly or avoiding fun entirely. It's about intentionality. Like a gardener tending a delicate plant, you need to prune the negative and cultivate the positive. Choose your inputs as carefully as you'd select seeds for a harvest, because they will bear fruit, for better or worse. A Stoic exercise: audit your circle. Take a moment to write down the primary influences in your life. People. Who are your closest companions, and how do they impact your mindset? Media. What do you read, watch, and listen to daily? Is it enriching or eroding your growth? Environment. Is your physical and mental space conducive to focus and peace, or is it cluttered with distraction and negativity? Then ask yourself, does this influence align with the person I aspire to be? Start making adjustments. This doesn't mean abandoning people or habits overnight, but it does mean being deliberate about your time, energy, and mental space. The influence of excellence. When you surround yourself with those striving for excellence, their energy rubs off on you. Choose mentors who challenge you to think deeper, friends who celebrate your growth, and environments that encourage introspection and action. Let your influences be a reflection of your aspirations. The ripple effect of your choices. Choosing your influences wisely isn't just about self-protection, it's about expansion. As you refine what shapes you, you become a positive force in others' lives. You lead by example, showing that intentionality creates fulfillment and growth. In the end, your influences are more than just a reflection of your current self. They are the architects of the person you're becoming. So, the next time you scroll, socialize, or settle into a space, ask, is this helping me carve the masterpiece of my life? Or is it dulling the chisel? 7. Say yes only to what matters, guarding the gate to your life. Imagine your life as a grand, beautiful garden. Each yes you say is a seed you plant. Some seeds bloom into vibrant flowers, while others sprout invasive weeds that choke your joy and peace. The Stoics knew that your time, energy, and attention are finite resources, and every commitment you make shapes the garden of your life. The question is, are you cultivating beauty, or are you overrun by chaos? The subtle power of saying yes. When you say yes to something, you're not just agreeing to an action, you're dedicating a part of your finite existence. Every yes demands your focus, your energy, and your time, which means every yes is also a no to something else. A yes to an unimportant meeting might be a no to time with your family. A yes to another obligation might be a no to self-care. The art of saying yes wisely is about aligning your commitments with what truly matters. The Stoic perspective on priorities. The Stoics valued intentionality above all else. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "If you seek tranquility, do less." But he didn't mean laziness. He meant focusing on what is essential and discarding the distractions. Saying yes to everything doesn't make you generous or ambitious. It makes you scattered and exhausted. Real strength comes from knowing your values and living by them. The tyranny of busyness. In a world that glorifies hustle, it's easy to confuse activity with accomplishment. How often do you find yourself overcommit, rushing from one task to the next, only to end the day feeling drained and unfulfilled? Saying yes indiscriminately turns your life into a blur of obligations, leaving little room for what truly nurtures your soul. How to say yes with purpose. Clarify your values. Before committing to anything, ask yourself, does this align with who I want to be and what I want to achieve? Pause before responding. When asked for your time or energy, resist the urge to respond immediately. Take a moment to reflect on whether this is a true yes or a polite default. Set boundaries with grace. A thoughtful no is far better than a resentful yes. Saying no doesn't mean you're selfish. It means you're preserving your ability to show up fully for what matters. A Stoic exercise, the yes audit. At the end of the day, reflect on everything you said yes to. Were those commitments meaningful? Did they bring you closer to your goals or align with your values? If not, consider how you might respond differently in the future. The freedom of focus. Saying yes only to what matters doesn't limit you, it liberates you. It frees you from the chains of busyness and allows you to invest your energy in what truly counts: relationships, passions, and purpose. Every yes becomes a deliberate act of creation, shaping a life filled with meaning instead of mere motion. The courage to say no. In a culture that equates busyness with worth, saying no can feel like rebellion. But the Stoics remind us that courage is a virtue, and it takes courage to guard your time and energy. By saying no to the trivial, you're saying a resounding yes to the extraordinary. So, as you navigate the endless requests and opportunities that come your way, remember, every yes is a seed in your garden. Will it bloom into beauty or drown out your dreams? Choose wisely, and let your garden flourish with what truly matters. 8. Make others better, the ripple effect of true growth. Imagine standing at the edge of a still lake. You pick up a stone and toss it into the water. The ripples spread outward, touching every corner of the surface. Now, think of your actions and words as that stone. Each one has the potential to send ripples of inspiration, kindness, and growth into the lives of others. The Stoics believe that true self-improvement doesn't end with you, it extends to those around you, creating a profound impact far beyond yourself. The power of influence. Every interaction you have is an opportunity to leave someone better than you found them. Whether through a kind word, a helpful action, or simply listening with genuine attention, your presence can be transformative. As Seneca said, "Wherever there is a human being, there is an opportunity for kindness." But this isn't about grand gestures. It's about the quiet, consistent ways you uplift others, becoming a source of strength and wisdom in their lives. why helping others elevates you. Making others better is not self-sacrifice, it's mutual growth. By helping someone else succeed, you sharpen your own skills, deepen your empathy, and reinforce your values. When you mentor someone, you clarify your own understanding. When you encourage others, you cultivate positivity within yourself. The act of lifting others lifts you too, creating a virtuous cycle of improvement. The Stoic approach to helping. The Stoics didn't believe in imposing help or rescuing others out of pity. Instead, they advocated for empowering people, guiding them to find their strength. Epictetus taught, "Don't explain your philosophy. Embody it." By living as an example, you inspire others to strive for excellence. This means showing integrity, resilience, and kindness in your actions, not just your words. The ripple effect of small acts. Consider this, even a simple act, like encouraging someone who's feeling down or sharing a piece of wisdom, can create ripples. That person, now uplifted, might go on to uplift another. Your small act can cascade into something far greater than you'll ever see. This ripple effect is how we collectively elevate humanity. How to make others better. Be present, give people your full attention. Listening deeply is one of the most underrated ways to make someone feel valued and understood. Share your knowledge, whether it's a skill, an experience, or wisdom you've gained, offer it generously to those who can benefit. Encourage growth, help others see their potential. Sometimes, people need someone to believe in them before they can believe in themselves. Led by example, show, don't just tell. Let your actions reflect the virtues you want others to adopt. A Stoic exercise, the Kindness Journal. At the end of each day, reflect on one way you helped someone else. Maybe you shared advice, offered support, or simply brought a smile to their face. Write it down. Over time, this habit will help you become more intentional in your efforts to uplift those around you. Beyond yourself. Making others better isn't just about altruism, it's a way of reinforcing your own growth. By contributing to someone else's journey, you solidify the values and virtues you hold dear. The Stoics understood that we are all interconnected, and the better we make each other, the stronger we all become. The legacy of kindness. When your time on this earth is done, what will people remember? Your possessions? Your titles? Or the lives you touched and the people you inspired? The legacy of kindness and positive influence is one that endures, far outlasting any material achievement. So, embrace every opportunity to make others better. In doing so, you're not only transforming their lives, you're also carving a path to your highest self. And like the ripples in the lake, your impact will reach further than you ever imagined. Bonus tip: start a journaling habit, dialogue with your own mind. Imagine a quiet corner of your day where time slows down and the noise of the world fades. It's just you and the blank page, a space where your thoughts are free to reveal their secrets, and where clarity begins to emerge. Journaling isn't just a pastime, it's an ancient practice of self-discovery, a tool wielded by philosophers and visionaries alike to untangle the chaos of the mind and bring wisdom to the surface. The journal as your mirror. The Stoics treated their journals as a sacred space for reflection. Marcus Aurelius, arguably one of history's busiest and most burdened leaders, found time to write down his thoughts and meditations. He wasn't penning these entries for an audience. He was talking to himself, sharpening his philosophy, and reminding himself of the virtues he sought to embody. Your journal can serve the same purpose, a private mirror reflecting your strengths, struggles, and growth. Why journaling works. Journaling isn't just about recording your day, it's a dialogue with your own mind. When thoughts are trapped in your head, they can loop endlessly, feeding anxiety or confusion. Writing them down externalizes them, giving you the distance to observe and analyze. It's like holding a tangled string in your hand and slowly unraveling the knots. The hidden benefits. Clarity. Writing forces you to organize your thoughts. What feels overwhelming in your head often looks manageable on paper. Perspective. Journaling helps you step back from your emotions. It creates space for rational thinking, allowing you to respond rather than react. Growth. By revisiting old entries, you can track your progress over time, seeing how far you've come, what patterns hold you back, and what lessons you've learned. Gratitude, noticing and recording moments of joy, no matter how small, rewires your mind to focus on the positive. A Stoic's approach to journaling. The Stoics use journaling as both a morning preparation and an evening reflection. Morning practice. Write about the challenges you expect to face and how you plan to meet them with virtue and resilience. Ask yourself, what kind of person do I want to be today? Evening reflection. Review your day honestly. What went well? Where did you fall short? How can you improve tomorrow? Epictetus advised, keep watch over yourself as over an enemy or a spy. This isn't self-criticism, it's self-accountability. How to start? Set aside time, even 5 minutes a day can be transformative. Find a consistent time, morning, evening, or whenever your mind feels most open. Ask questions, start with prompts like, what am I grateful for? What did I learn today? What challenges did I overcome? Keep it simple, don't aim for perfection. Your journal is for you, not for an audience. Messy, honest thoughts are more valuable than polished ones. Make it a ritual, pair journaling with something you enjoy, your morning coffee, a candlelit evening, or a quiet walk beforehand. The power of the written word. There's something magical about putting pen to paper. Unlike typing, which feels mechanical, handwriting engages the senses. The tactile connection between your thoughts and the page makes your reflections feel more intimate and alive. And when you journal consistently, the page becomes your confidant, your coach, and your sanctuary. The legacy you leave yourself. Over time, your journal becomes a map of your journey, an artifact of your growth. When you look back on it, you'll see not just the challenges you faced but the strength you summoned to overcome them. You'll see the wisdom you gained, the patterns you broke, and the person you became. Journaling isn't about recording life, it's about understanding it. It's a conversation with your innermost self, a chance to clarify your values, and a tool to align your actions with the person you aspire to be. The blank page waits for you, not to judge, but to guide. Will you answer its call? As we wrap up, remember that the journey to self-awareness and personal growth is ongoing. By applying these 8 transformative Stoic techniques, you can begin to understand yourself more deeply, unlock your true potential, and live with greater purpose and intention. Whether it's observing yourself like a stranger, embracing self-acceptance, or taking responsibility for your actions, each step brings you closer to the best version of yourself. If you're excited to continue this journey of self-discovery, let's keep exploring the wisdom of Stoic philosophy together. Thank you for watching, and remember, the path to a better you starts today.